Good afternoon. Happy Friday, loves. How goes it? Who's there? Who's there? Who's there? Who's there? Who's there? This gal been to school with me since kindergarten. Straight up. You believe me? Facebook user? Why? Why the names don't come up on this no more?
I think that might be a Beats question.
Beats! Come here.
I'll leave it here.
Thank you, dog. Why? Write your name, man. Y'all now write your name because write your name on the paper. Why is coming up as Facebook user now? Nobody's name coming up again.
Oh, you didn't know about that?
Nobody told me anything.
No one told you?
No.
Yeah, this is power now. And this one of his first one of his first things that he was doing was he wanted to make social media less personal. So you can make it so that all social media profiles are
You serious?
ambiguous. Yeah.
You full of come on.
No, I telling you,
That's not true.
that's we could try to reload it and then see if maybe we could
Because this happened on Hot today too.
we could deflux the capacitor and then it might work.
This happened on
Yeah. Yeah, that's Trump. Oh my gosh.
Seriously, so you can see it on my end. You send the book, the comment.
Okay, no, we're not seeing it for real, for real. Star 106 hits a pleasant Friday. Good afternoon to each and all, and welcome to your Friday edition of Free Your Mind. Good to be in your company. Yours truly, the Natural Empress. I am powered by none other than Kalik, the beer of the Bahamas. I got to say a big thank you to Pinder Tile, one time from Muffler World. I got to say a big thank you, of course, to the folks at the Cleveland Clinic. And of course, I got to say thank you to Paradise Games and KFC. All right. Good to be in your company and to however you got here. Good to have you. We are 106.5 on the FM band. Channel 976 is where you find us on cable. And let's not forget the Facebook faithful, Star 106 and Natural Empress on Facebook. Good to be in your company as always as we get ready to welcome the weekend. All right. We're going to take a quick break right here. I'm going to break and then we're going to get into the Friday topic. Hope you're ready for it. Let's do it. All right. So keep us locked. We are your hit station. We are Star 106 Hit.
Bacon ranch sandwich from its 100% premium 120-gram white meat fillet.
Y'all got to type y'all name for me because I swear to you, on my side, it's just saying Facebook user. I don't know if this is something new where it protects y'all from whatever. Say the wrong thing. It's okay because we don't know who said it. I don't know. Type your name. Types your name. Please type your name with your comments. Oh,
Fresh. Velvet official Rosio with the most hits all day.
Keep it locked.
Star 106 hits.
Star 1066, welcome back. Free your mind on a feel good Friday. Welcome to the weekend. And yep, let's just chat. We're casually chatting today. Got something for you, but nevertheless, nothing too, I mean, it is a little thought provoking, but nevertheless, definitely something to work on, something to think about. All right. So when you and a person are at odds, somebody has done something wrong to you, they have, you know stepped on your toes, they have ridiculed you, they have caused people to mistreat you or don't like you, they've cheated on you, they try to set up people against you, what else? I'm thinking of all the scenarios that people face on a daily. You caught them with somebody else, all right? So that's in the case of infidelity. They had a baby on you. mm, what else can I think of? They lied about you, they stole your money, they never paid you back, they mash up your car, um, just wrongfully done something to you. So this is something that happens on a daily, where people do things that make you very upset, make you sad, make you very angry, make you very resentful. Um, and today's question, and this came in my spirit, we're gonna talk about the true essence and the true meaning of forgiveness. Like, I want to talk about the biggest thing that you've had to forgive somebody for. Now, what is forgiveness? I mean, it means different things to different people for the most part, but in general, it pretty much involves an intentional decision to let go of resentment and more so anger. All right. Yes, this is deep. You know, it is a intentional decision to let it go, like Elsa and Anna, right? And be at peace. And you're no longer mad at the person. You don't resent them. You ain't want to clobber them with something over their head. You don't want to kill them. You don't want to run your car over them. You are at peace. You have forgiven them. Yes, you can forgive and not forget. That is true, right? And that's cool too. But the biggest part of the journey in forgiving someone is to make the first step and to forgive. Now, whether or not you want to forgive and forget, or you want to remember and hold on to it, but if you hold on to it and you keep the records of the wrongs, then by right you have not truly forget, you haven't forgotten. All right. Now, that the act that hurt or offended you might always be with you. You can always remember it. Every time you see fill in the blank, whatever here, it's going to remind you of the situation. But working on forgiveness pretty much can lessen that act that has a grip on you. You know what I mean? It got you in the chokehold. All right. So that is what forgiveness is. When you have decided, you've made a conscious decision to just let it go. Yeah, they did that, but you can take the high road, and in taking the high road means that you're going to put it behind you. All right. Now, forgiveness is not merely accepting what happened, because this is not, when you say you forgive somebody, it ain't that you accept what it is that made you angry, or, what really made you mad. So it's not merely accepting what happened or ceasing to be angry. Rather, it involves a voluntary transformation of your feelings. So you have to now decide that you are no longer going to be huffy and puffy about whatever the situation is. So that no longer is it going to be, you're going to be dominated by resentment, and you can express compassion, generosity, or like toward the person who wronged you. In other words, you can easily see them now and say, hey, morning, all is well. It don't mean that you got to be friends again. It don't even mean that you got to be family again. Because a lot of times the people that need forgiveness are people who are related to you. Now, let's talk about the people who work with you that have wrongfully done something to you, right? And you have to rub shoulders with them. And if maybe you don't get that close, but you have to breathe the same oxygen as them in the same building, right? Think about how much energy it takes to be mad at them. It takes so much to hold back from saying morning to them because naturally you are a loving person. You are a person who is hail everybody, any and everybody, but you now doing something, they've made you so mad that now you have to go against being who you truly are. So now you got to learn how to pin up your mouth, right? You got to learn how not to say morning, morning, morning. And by the way, why do we say it like 2 to 3 to 4 times anyway? But yeah, you have to refrain from doing that. All right. And you have to be someone that you are not. All right. Now, there are some people who are so mad, they're so resentful right now that even what we call God's breath is not coming out of their mouth. They're not saying morning. All right. Because I don't like you. And, me and you have a problem. There's a vibe, as we would put it, right? So I'm not saying morning to you. I'd rather play like I see you and keep it moving. But think about how you really feel when you see somebody and you have to put out that type of energy, or you have to hold back from being who you are. Think about what it takes out of you to act out of character, because that's what it is. When you have to hold back from being the loving, kind, magnificent, wonderful person that you are, then you're working and you're acting out of character. That takes more energy out of you because it's not of you. Let me read some of these. 1 hour ain't enough for this topic. Okay, we can make the best of it. You can forgive, but you not forget. Cool. Laugh. Them work people, that's a different level of forgiveness. Yeah, a lot of us work in very toxic environments. A lot of people are in environments where, people trying to tear you down. People are trying to belittle you. People are trying to get on your last nerve just because something about you intimidates them. Something about you they don't like because you're a shining light. You have a light that, you may not see it, but you have people always gravitating towards you, right? Some people don't like that because they wish, oh, hallelujah, Jesus, they wish they had half of that attention. And it's not even attention that you're asking for. It's not like you come out in fluorescent colors every day needing to be seen. You're just being you, and people just love you for being you. So they mad. So they try to make your life a living hell. Whether it is they report you for any and everything, or maybe every time, and is anything you do, you take too many breaths in one sentence, it's a problem. They want to report you. They want to, they want to ask you why it is you do what you do. And don't realize that this thing comes with grace. A lot of people have grace beyond measure, and there's nothing that you can do with somebody who has grace. All right. So get that through your mind and in your skull real quick. But you have to, even people like that who try to make your life a living hell, you have to forgive them, because you have to now look into why it is these people messing with me like this. Why is it that they have such a big problem with me? They have more money than me. They married. I'm single. Lord have mercy. The list goes on. You know what I mean? They live in a bigger house. They live in a 2-story house. They live out west. They live out east. They don't live in the inner city. They drive a nice car. They wear the best brands. You know what I mean? As far as you're concerned, so much is going on for them, and they still jealous of you. You have to forgive them, because you have to stoop to their level for just a quick second to understand why it is they feel the way they do. And then you look at yourself and you say, boy, I'd be jealous of me too. I got to forgive them, because why? You know what? I may not have all of what they have, or I might not have anything, and you're looking at yourself saying, but I don't even know why they feel this way because I ain't even got nothing. Well, guess what? You got plenty. You just don't realize it, right? And a lot of times that thing, that je ne sais quoi, that we don't know about, it's really grace. It's a shining light. It's a light that shines so bright that it is blind some of them. And the hater blockers, it's still permeating through those lenses. You know what I mean? So you have to deal with it and you have to forgive them for their I guess their reasons for not liking you, or their reasons for trying to set stumbling blocks in your way, or their reasons for even trying to pattern everything that you do. That's another level of, where you have to forgive them. Lord, they just don't have no creativity whatsoever. And especially here in the Bahamas, we have no qualms about copying you, right? I know of a particular company where there's just a difference in one letter in their name, one letter. And I'm like, wow, like you really, 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 really couldn't come up with something else that, to name your business other than making it quite known that you are copying these people, and their name, the service that they provide, and their name, rather than come up with a name that's totally, totally different. Like, and that in itself would get one very irate because, here it is, you've done the work. You've toiled the soil and you've worked hard at building your brand. And then people come and, just feel like it's okay to just take your brand and change one letter. My God, change one letter and call their business something very, very close to yours. You know what I mean? You have to forgive them because you have to say, Lord, why is it they don't have that level of creativity? Why is it that they couldn't think out of the box? You know what? Their mind is small. You know what? They just don't have the mental capacity to expand their horizons in the way that they think and what they do. So you don't have to forgive them for it, and you do you and they do them, I guess, and you wish them well. At the end of the day, there's one thing about grace. Listen, there's nothing you can do with somebody who has that real blessing. So you got to forgive them. So to the person who's done you wrong, all right, let's say in the sense of relationships, they, oh Lord, whatever, from infidelity to the next level, whether they had baby on you, whether they cheated and it was your best friend, whatever it is, right? The kind of energy that it takes for you to be mad, it will consume you. I want you to believe there are a lot of people that are walking around right now, right now, um, who are sick. I mean, like really sick. And they're sick. Why? Because not because they have a particular ailment, but they've sometimes brought that ailment on themselves by stress. The stress of worrying about people, the stress of trying to figure out why people don't like you or why people ain't on your run. It's too stressful, and that stress causes sickness. All right. You have people who are having strokes. Every time you turn on the news or you pick up your little phone and your little WhatsApp group, you see a picture of somebody, you see the RIP, and you're like, my God, I just saw this person. She looks so happy. She looks so fit. She looks so this and she looks so that. But guess what? Inside, their emotions are all over the place because for the most part, um, they need to forgive somebody, right? I remember my mom speaking to a friend of ours. Her husband had stepped out and had a pair of twins with this lady, and she kept going down the list from A to Z. How she was there for this man when he was this. She was there when he was down and out. She was there. She reared his children. She raised them. She helped build up the farm. She did all of these things. And she's like, she can't understand why it is that he would do this to her. And she kept, well, my mom said to her, listen, she said, Sherry, listen to me. You need to let it go. You see all of this venom. That's the word she used. All of this venom that you have built up inside of you. It's going to make you sick. And she said, I hear you, but you have to understand how I feel. I was the cornerstone. I helped build the business. I did this. I helped with the kids. I did all of it. She said, yes, I hear you, but you have to let it go and forgive. And she's like, how could I forgive you? And the woman was so disrespectful to me and da 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 da. She said, yeah, you ain't forgiven for him. You are forgiven for you. Because if you don't, that same venom that you have, that's building up in you on the daily, it's building up, and the cup is going to overflow. And when it overflows, you know what that's going to be? That's going to be sickness. And so said, so done. I'm going to take a quick break right here. Free your mind on a Forgiveness Friday. Right here on the Star with 106.5. Stay tuned.
Your oil in your car every 3,000 miles or 3 months. Definitely by the time the light come on. Car needs oil just like we all need water. Let Muffler World change your oil and oil filters to help you keep your ride on the road. Regular oil changes will save.
Yes, we say it all the time. Forgiveness ain't for you. I mean, ain't for them. It's for you. It sounds so cliche. It sounds, it's right, but it's hard to do. Very, 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 very hard to do. Good afternoon, all. Who are you? Is that, let me guess, because it's now just saying Facebook user. Is that Shavanda? Is that Tamra? Who's there? You got to type your name now, child. You got to type your name. Who's that? Shavanda Roll? Let me show y'all what it says. See?
Roundabout, University Drive, already heavy with traffic, and so it is with Farrington Road. Bumper to bumper traffic along Farrington Road.
And that's something that I can read who it is without seeing names.
Coming from West Bay Street, it's stacked with traffic too, keeping that roundabout busy. And there's a mile about highway roundabout on Tony's William Darling. First of all, Tony's William Darling westbound lane, bumper to bumper traffic before you even reach the roundabout. Lengthy line there, but that roundabout also has difficulty with the dual lane of traffic that's coming from the north side. Through the Sports Center, passing the Millennium Gardens. The bulk of traffic around Gladstone Road is actually for traffic exiting Gladstone Road, getting on JFK. The go home crowd hasn't hit there as yet, but that area is quite busy. Mostly though, the traffic is leaving Gladstone Road. One of the heaviest congestions on the island so far this early has to be on West Bay Street, where traffic approaching West Bend caught up in a bumper-to-bumper ride that's slowing up from Goodman's Bay Corporate Center area and gives you a slow ride before getting to the roundabout at Saunders Beach. And then once you get on the other side of that roundabout, the ride coming on in along West Bay Street is moderate. This National Traffic Report, a service of Simon Tech Career College, inviting you to enroll in the degree program. Call 322-423 and start your journey today. MTA Double.
Starwave 6.5 FM.
What up, it's DJ Khaled.
Hey guys, this is Selena Gomez.
Hey, it's Charlie Cruz.
And more of today's hit music.
There's a first time for everything. As Leona Lewis would forgive me. Yeah, so like I said, it's so easy to say, yeah, you're forgiving the person, you're forgiving them for you, not for them. You're doing it for you. But boy, it ain't easy. It ain't easy. It's not easy. All right. Star 106 hits. Leona Lewis right there with Forgive Me. Boy, not like when you could beg for pardon. You know what I mean? When you decide that you are going to forgive someone, all right? It's not about them, it's about you. All right. So with that said, what is the hardest thing that you had to do, or what is the hardest thing you had to forgive somebody for? Like what is the biggest? Not you, not you, not you. All right. What is the biggest thing you had to forgive someone for? You had to let it go, not for their sake, but for your sake. So you can type your responses there. All right. You can call me as well, 3288-164-8165. Like the biggest thing that somebody's wronged you, and you have to say to self, I am not going to allow this to take me out. There's absolutely no way. They ain't gonna win this one over me. All right. What is the biggest thing you have to do? What's the biggest thing you had to forgive? Whether it's infidelity, whether it is betrayal, whether it is um, a waste of time. Yeah, but man, we can have a whole other show going on right here still. But nevertheless, what are those things? What and how do you go about forgiving someone? What are the steps that you got to take? The first thing you got to do is separate the action from the person. All right. And when I say that, you have to now put yourself in the other seat, the driver's seat, and try to understand their motive. What made them do that? Is it jealousy? Is it a grudge? Is it self-hate? What could be the reasons why they did what they did to me? And after you figure that out, or try to at least figure that out, the next thing you got to do is you got to emphasize. You got to find empathy. And after you find the empathy, then you set your boundaries. And when I say that, meaning that you could see the person after, right? But it ain't like you're gonna allow them to come and try to explain to you what it is or why it is they did what they did to you. You set your boundaries, because once you've already empathized with them and you see where something is possibly wrong with them and not necessarily you, then you're able to breathe a little bit more because you realize that you are not necessarily the problem. And in cases of people who betray you or people who are jealous of you, you know what? They may have much more than you do, right? They may drive a fancier car or wear all the name brand. They might have, a bigger house, whatever the case may be. But it's not those things that they're jealous of. It's not those things. It is the way that people gravitate towards you. It's the way that people love you. It's the way that people celebrate you. It's the light that they see in you that you don't necessarily see in yourself when you look in the mirror. You might not see that glow. You may not see that light. And it's those things that people are jealous of. And when you realize that that could be the reason why they carry on the way that they do, you have to have empathy for them. Why? Because you didn't ask for grace. You didn't ask for this light, but it was bestowed upon you, and you have to accept it and you move through gracefully. So, what is the biggest thing that you had to forgive? All right. I want you to think about that as we close out. All right. Think about it this weekend. Think about all of the people who have done you wrong, right? And think about even though subconsciously you may not realize that it's weighing on you because you tell yourself that, it don't bother you, but it does, right? Because you're trying to figure out, why would somebody do this to me? What did I do to, we always say this thing, what did I do to deserve this, right? So now you're going to go home this weekend in a quiet time and you're going to figure out who and what are those things that you have to forgive people for and work on that. All right. Thank you. Shalom, Tamra. Thank you so much. But yes, it's a Forgiveness Friday. It's all about forgiveness. Free yourself. All right. A new year's coming. Let it go. Like Elsa and Anna, you got to just let it go. All right. That about does it for me. You know what it is? Top of the hour, Forgiveness Friday. Got your drive at 5, DJ AI. All right. Yours truly, right here on your hit station, Star 106.
For a fresh experience.
Boy, y'all funny as. Oh, hold on. Let me turn this off.